Hello, hello. I'm Huxelberry, and today I'd like to talk about RuinClan. I've seen lots of these CLANGEN videos on YouTube, and I've wanted to make one with a clan for so long. I've had so many ideas, and I've started so many clans, but none of them really stuck with me, and I never committed. But here I am today, fully committed and really excited to show you these cats.
For those of you who don't know how ClanGen works, you're given a list of randomly generated pixel art cats based on the book series Warriors. From there, you get to pick some cats for positions of power, and then play through their lives month by month. It's a great game, and I'll include the link in the description.
To start off, I'd like to introduce you to the founding members, starting with Hollyhockstar. When I started the game, there were actually two cats to pick from with the prefix Hollyhock, which I thought was funny, but in the end, I thought this cat made for a more interesting start. Hollyhockstar is 82 moons old, has the personality type cold, and is described as a lore keeper. I thought the idea of a more callous librarian leader was interesting, but Hollyhockstar turned the tables on me a bit. From Moon 0, her first status in-game is visiting the nursery to check on the kits, the future of the clan. I saw this status and immediately decided to make her the adopted mother of the only kit in the clan. From this, I decided that Hollyhockstar has a kind of air of superiority about her. She believes that only she, as the leader of the clan, is worthy enough to care for the first kit. She believes that she has been blessed to be the best possible leader and mother the clan could have, and she needs no improvement or growth. She's definitely one of my favorite cats so far, and I'm excited to see how her story plays out. A few quick design notes. I actually forgot to record the line art in this section and the sketch. I'll definitely be showing more of my sketching and lining process in the future. I'm just kind of spacey and I forget to start the recording a lot of times. I wanted to give her a bit of a more complex design than I'm used to because this is a design challenge and I'm not going to be animating any of these guys. Along with that, I thought the idea of giving her like really long hair, like a lion's mane, would be really fun. Overall, I had a blast designing her, and I love her as the leader of this clan. Before we move on, I'd like to read Hollyhockstar's leader ceremony. As Hollyhock Tuft dreams that night, they find themselves walking the stars of Silverpelt, a ghostly landscape surrounding them, and a single starry cat sat within a clearing. The starry cat approaches them, and although the cat is unfamiliar, their meeting still feels like a reunion with an old friend. My name is Slight Minnow. You meet me tonight, but the cats under your care will all meet me one day when they join the stars. For now, the cat presses their nose to Hollyhock Tuft's forehead. Take this gift to help you find wisdom in desperate times. Suddenly, the mist at the edge of the clearing takes shape. Dozens of wispy, starry spirits emerge, quickly surrounding Hollyhock Tuft. We grant you your remaining 8 lives. Individually, each voice is distant, but together, the force of their words shakes Hollyhock Tuft to their core. Use them well, with our blessing. And in a heartbeat, they were gone. Hollyhockstar wakes, their new name echoing in their ears.
Taking a quick detour, I'd like to talk about our Star Clan guide and the formation of RuinClan. Slight Minnow was 66 moons in life and 55 moons in death. He's cold and very clever. Slight Minnow used to belong to a clan that has slowly died out over the years. They lived on the edge of a big Thunderpath highway and were slowly pushed farther and farther into the tunnels under that highway by the surrounding clans. Eventually, the clan became very ill because of poison prey from road trash and became too small to support itself. The remaining members either defected to other clans or became loners. Slight Minnow was one of the cats that became a loner, but he died sick and alone, refusing to seek any sort of help. As a ghost, he searched for any cat able to see him, hoping to one day restore his clan. Eventually, he manages to contact Hollyhock, who he mentors to become a warrior. She manages to pull the clan together, and even if some cats don't approve of her leadership style, she secures loyalty by being the first cat in the new clan. Since the old clan's fall, the highway has actually been blocked off and abandoned, leaving RuinClan with a much safer territory than the older clan had. Their land is still small, but Slight Minnow has joined Star Clan, and RuinClan has been recognized as valid by the other leaders.
Now it's time to talk about the deputy. Gorsebird is 24 moons old, careful, and has the traits helpful insight and formidable fighter. When picking Gorsebird, I thought that her traits made for the perfect deputy, but she's kinda proved me wrong? Not that she's awful at her job or anything, but she's very young and, well, most of the clan seems to think Hollyhock Star made the wrong choice. I was surprised to see that in the relationships tab in game, a lot of cats seem to have something against her. And even Gorsebird herself had negative feelings for quite a few of the cats, like the medicine cat and one of the apprentices. From this, I decided that Gorsebird has similar high standards to Hollyhock Star, but also feels kind of bad about it. She feels like she's a bad person and agrees with the sentiment that she should not have been made deputy. She feels like she's cursed. Overall, she's just not good with social interactions and really needs a self-esteem boost. For her design notes, I decided to kind of base her markings around a skeleton. I thought it would be cool because I've been wanting to design a Warrior Cats character with skeletal markings for a while. Anyways, I like the direction I went with her, and I'm excited to see where she goes from here. Our medicine cat is Otterroot. Otterroot is 109 moons old, making him the oldest in the clan. He's insecure and has the traits Dreamwalker and Keen Eye. I picked him as a medicine cat because of his traits, but he's actually been having a bit of trouble. His insecure trait has given him the in-game status, is saying that they don't deserve their full name several times, which is surprising because he's, the oldest member of the clan and pretty competent at his job. Horse insecurity doesn't care about age and ability. Because of his insecurities, Otterroot tends to lash out, giving him a cranky reputation. Gorsebird actually really dislikes Otterroot, seeing her own insecurities reflected in him. Meanwhile, Otterroot sees the same in her, but actually has a lot of fondness for the young deputy because of it. I don't really have too many design notes. I decided to give him kind of scraggly whiskers, and his in-game sprite actually only has 2 dots placed on his back. But I decided to give him a few more spots and some color to his tail and ears, just to add some more visual interest. Next up, the most senior warrior in the clan, Airskitter. Airskitter is 99 moons old, charismatic, and has the traits Great Teacher and Natural Intuition. Because of his teaching abilities, he was the first to be chosen as mentor to one of the clan's apprentices. He takes his job very seriously and is quite close to both of the apprentices. He's definitely seen as the go-to warrior for patrols, and sometimes finds himself taking over some deputy duties. During the first moon, he was shown with the status wants to be chosen as the new deputy. This leads me to believe he is one of the main cats wishing for Gorsebird's replacement. He thinks she's way too young to handle the responsibility, and so his taking over of deputy tasks is his way of trying to strong-arm Gorsebird out of her position. Now, I love Airskitter, even if I don't really agree with the way he's tackling the Gorsebird problems, but overall, he's just seen as the clan dad. I really like the design I came up for him, and I gave him a lot of spots. Shine Glint is 86 moons old, daring, and a lore keeper. She was also chosen to have an apprentice, and she's making the most of the opportunity. She's extremely close with her apprentice and takes great care in their training despite her more hasty nature. Shine Glint is the most positive cat in the clan. She loves all her clanmates and no one seems to have a problem with her. She does tend to rush into things, but her good vibes make it hard to be mad at her. Along with that, Shine Glint finds history incredibly exciting and would love to create some type of log of the clan's history with Hollyhock Star, since they're both lore keepers.
For her design, I actually stayed pretty close to her CLANGEN sprite. Short fur, spots on the back, green eyes. Not many changes to make with her. She's pretty simple. Cinderlake next. He's 66 moons old, charismatic, and a camp keeper. Similar to Shine Glint, he brings a lot of good vibes to the clan. He's definitely a homebody, preferring camp cleaning and den repair to hunting and patrolling. He kinda has a job similar to Brackenfur and Dustpelt in the books, except I'd kinda like to exaggerate it a bit because warrior cats doesn't have a lot of interest in camp. They don't really do friendships a lot, and they don't really do roles outside of, the main ones, warrior, leader, and deputy. Cinderlake likes to check in and make sure everyone in the clan is feeling alright. He's kind of a clan dad and a therapist. He cares deeply for his clanmates, and he is really glad to be in a clan. He never really had many other cats around when he lived as a loner, but he's always been an extrovert and social, so he's really glad to have some more cats around to talk to and care about. Another thing is, right from Moon Zero, Airskitter started off with a huge crush on him, which I find really interesting. He does not return that crush yet, but I'm pretty interested to see if anything comes out of it.
Sunspeckle is next, and ooh boy. She was actually my first choice for leader before deciding a leader with a more negative personality trait might be more interesting. She's 60 moons old, a skilled mediator, and very clever. Another important thing about her in-game is that she hates Hollyhockstar. Surprisingly though, she's really close to the Deputy Gorsebird. I interpret this to mean that Sunspeckle thinks that Hollyhockstar never should have been named leader, that Gorsebird is doing her best in a bad situation, and that she maybe would have been her choice for Deputy too. Other than leader drama, Sunspeckle will always follow what she believes is best for the clan, but aside from that, she's actually pretty laid back. She loves to lay in the sun with her closest friends after patrol and share tongues. When she trusts someone, she feels extremely deeply for them, and it's hard for her to shake those bonds. Hopefully she puts her trust in the right people going forward.
Time for the apprentices, starting with Chervillepaw. He's 10 moons old, nervous, and has the trait constantly climbing. Chervillepaw is mentored by Airskitter. Airskitter is unusually hard on his apprentice. He recognizes that Chervillepaw is a bit older than the other young cats in the clan and pushes him harder because of that. Chervillepaw, however, feels entirely unable to meet his mentor's expectations. He constantly doubts his own ability. Airskitter is proud of his apprentice, actually, and believes he's doing just fine. He doesn't see any faults in Chervillepaw's training, even though Chervillepaw himself sees every mistake he does magnified by 1,000. Before joining the clan, he and the other apprentice were barely surviving together, and they're really close because of that. Even though Chervillepaw feels like he's lacking or falling behind in his training, he doesn't have any negative feelings towards the other apprentice because of it. They're best friends, and nothing can come between them. Speaking of the other apprentice, Lightpaw is 9 moons old, flamboyant, and has the trait Never Sit Still. He's the extrovert of the pair and was very eager to join the clan. His mentor is Shineglint, and they're extremely close. Shineglint feels like an older sister to Lightpaw, and he's always happy to pad alongside her. Lightpaw is an extremely eager apprentice, always waking up early, fully energized, and ready to start the day. Even when he complains, he only does it in jest and rarely means it. Chervillepaw is comforted by Lightpaw's endless positivity and prefers hanging out with Lightpaw and Shineglint to training with his own mentor. They make a great pair, and Lightpaw has been extremely comforting to Chervillepaw. Finally, we have the only kit in the clan. RuinClan is 3 moons old, insecure, and a mossball hunter. RuinClan was found abandoned and alone in the tunnels where RuinClan decided to make its camp. The warriors searched the surrounding area but found no trace of the kit's mother or any possible siblings. Since he had no one else, they decided to take in the kid as their own. From there, Hollyhockstar adopted him and has cared for him since. RuinClan loves his mother and thinks she's very cool, but Hollyhockstar is a little more distant. She didn't really adopt the kit with the best of reasons, so she's finding it hard to get too close to her new son. Overall, I think the next moon will be really interesting seeing how these two's relationship progresses. And that's all my cats. I'd love to draw more of these guys, so make sure you subscribe and drop a like and comment if you'd like to see more. I have quite a few ideas for more warrior cats content, and would love to follow through on that. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you have yourself a great day. Goodbye!